Hello my loves, today we are trying the Estee Lauder Double Wear new formula. I don't have the old one. I haven't used the old one in literally years, like probably creeping up to 10 years, let's be honest. I feel like the OG Double Wear was like the it girl foundation. Like when I was in my like early late 20s, like it was just that girl, you know? I liked it, but I never loved it. I always felt like it was a little bit like thick and like chalky on my skin. I don't know if I'm imagining it. I actually loved the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light formula. I still have like a bottle in my drawer that's like very expired, and I still use it every now and then because I just love it to pieces. But I've heard that this one is a lighter type of formula. You need to build it up a little bit more. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've seen a lot of sponsored reviews, but not really that many unsponsored opinions. So this is not sponsored. I bought this myself off Sephora the other day. I picked up 2W2 rattan for my color. Sorry about my voice. I've got very bad hay fever still at the moment. It is kicking my ass. I sound worse than I am. Like I literally feel like fine. I'm just sniffy and itchy. And I got new nails done yesterday. We're gonna do a little wear test. Like I said, I can't compare it to the old formula. I'm kind of just going to be talking about this like its own type of thing because yeah, it's been that long since I've actually applied the original to my face. I'm going to prime half my face. This is the Hygiene Serum Primer from Natasha Denona. And I've already carved out my eyebrows. That's why I look literally insane right now. I literally feel so ugly when I've like just done this step and nothing else. Behind me over there, I've got heaps of like outfit options for Ultra if I can manage to get tickets. I haven't gotten any tickets. I've signed up for the pre-sale in case they drop more tickets, but I don't even know if they're going to. I'm stressed. How do I get this lid off? That was on there so tight. Okay, first of all, the size of it is so small. It's full size. This is not a bad thing, but I'm just saying it's so small. You do get 30 ml of product in here. It's also got SPF 10 in it. This is the box. Just for reference, if I put it next to my Natasha Denona, you can see how big the Natasha Denona packaging is. It does have a pump though. This one I think you have to buy the pump separate. I've got hairs everywhere. So that is a little bit annoying because I do love a pump, of course, because it just makes everything a bit cleaner and easier. Here's how it looks next to the MAC Studio Fix. Like it's just very small, it's very petite, which I think is great if you have a, you know, makeup bag or you're on the go. For makeup artists, I mean, it's good size-wise, but it's still quite heavy because it's like that glass packaging. So I still feel like you'd probably end up putting it in something lighter. Right, let's read about it. It says it's stay in place makeup, legendary staying power with proven 36-hour wear, 36-hour oil control, 36-hour performance against color shifting, creasing, caking, streaking, and settling into lines. Delivers immediate moisture. Lightweight and breathable, it won't cause breakouts or clogged pores. It's transfer proof and waterproof. Evens your skin tone. Buildable medium to full coverage and a natural matte finish. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I have been enjoying a matte finish lately. I still go dewy sometimes, but like, I honestly have. I've been really liking like full glam, borderline cakey makeup lately. I said on my Instagram stories the other day, I think more is more for me. Like I just love wearing a lot of makeup. But the little thing for me is I don't like it to feel cakey and feel heavy. And that's the thing with makeup these days. You can get like a full coverage effect while it still feels very lightweight. Hopefully this ticks those boxes. Right, we've had some time for that primer on this side of my face to sink in. This side still has skincare on it, so it's not completely bare. It's just no primer. So I've got like toner, serum and moisturizer on this side from earlier. This side definitely feels much more plump and smooth. So we'll see how the foundation settles on top. I guess I'll just use a brush today. I use a brush most of the time when it comes to my foundation. It's exactly how you'd expect. This is giving me throwbacks to being about 18 years old. Using my Revlon Color Stay foundation with no pump, just pouring it onto my face. Everyone gets triggered when I do this, but you know what? Just for the memories. Hopefully this color looks good. And I'm going to use it in thin layers like someone suggested, because apparently if you just go in with too much product straight away, it just goes really heavy and cakey. So I'm trusting this person with my life right now. If this is true though, I like that because that means you can just use a little bit too for day to day if you just want like that light and medium coverage. And now you know what, I'm actually going to put it onto a surface because this is just going to drive me crazy if I'm trying to not apply too much. Right, here's another thin layer. I'm just going to build this up a little. It smells so nostalgic. Color looks pretty good. Looks very matte. I am avoiding my under eye area today. because I don't want my concealer to look heavy on top of this, like under the eyes. I've been doing that with every foundation lately. Like I just try not to layer foundation and concealer under the eyes. I just leave it just for concealer, if that makes sense. I'm gonna do one more layer. So this is like 3 layers over the redness on my cheeks just to see how it goes. I honestly feel like I probably wouldn't even add another layer normally because that coverage looked really good. I feel like it starts looking slightly cakey then. Can you see this area right here? I hope you can. Maybe it'll settle as like I stop messing with it. Up close I just feel like it's starting to like get all like bumpy, you know, when you're like working it in too much and it gets all bumpy and cakey looking. Anyways, so that is obviously like before and after. No, I think it looks really good though, other than that. And I feel like as I leave it, it's kind of like settling itself down a little bit. Right, let's go on this side, which definitely has a bit more redness. It's a lot easier just to pick up the product off of like a clean surface as well. I kind of like put a drop on a surface and then like blew it out. That sounds weird. And then I can just pick up thin layers with my brush and apply it straight to the face. I think if you're working in layers, you would want to definitely work quite quickly. Don't let it dry too much in between because that's when I think it's going to start getting all like heavy. Now I think they changed the formula because some of the ingredients in this, and also I picked up the Armani Luminous Silk, I think some of the ingredients are becoming like illegal to use in America, something like that. I could be wrong, so please correct me if I'm wrong. So a lot of brands have had to like discontinue things and change the formulations. That's why I'm a little bit like, is it actually going to be better? Because if you're kind of just forced to change your formula, like if it was actually a better formula, wouldn't you have done that already? Or I guess it's a lot of money to do that. I don't know. It's sitting a little bit funny on my nose, like, you know, when it doesn't like settle nicely, and my nose is exfoliated, it's hydrated, so I don't know, maybe it just needs to sit again. It definitely feels very thin. I think it definitely feels a lot more lightweight than the original as well, which is a big, huge plus for me because I always felt like the original was a little bit too heavy for me. But like I said, it's hard for me to really compare to the original when I haven't used it in so long, so I'm not going to be like commenting too much on, you know, visually how it looks and like the wears and all of that kind of thing. We're just going to judge it on its own formula from here on out. Covers most freckles. I've got some pretty hefty dark ones, but it did a good job. It covers the redness beautifully. It looks really nice. I like the finish. It's like that soft matte finish, soft matte, natural matte vibe. Today I'm going to use the shade N4 from Natasha Denona to conceal my bags. This brush is a blush brush, but it's the first brush I grabbed, so today it's a concealer brush. I really want to take my time with my makeup today, so I might actually film it for a part 2 for next week's video, like a little makeup tutorial, hopefully, if it turns out well. But I'll just set this with you guys and we'll have a little close-up look. Before I set it, actually, let's have a close-up. So this is the primed side. I definitely feel like it applied a little bit nicer on the primed side. It just blended a little bit nicer and didn't do the weird cakey thing, even though I used just as many layers. But the other side has smoothed itself out more or less. Like it looks very smooth. It doesn't look all weird and separate-y like it did quickly just over the cheek here. The nose definitely still looks a little bit cakey. So I don't know, maybe I used a bit too much. And the forehead looks brilliant, perfect. The color looks decent. It's a little bit too yellow for me, like just slightly. I feel like on camera it looks pretty good. In real life, I feel like it's just ever so slightly too yellow where like, I don't know. Once I bronze and everything, it'll be fine. So let's just quickly set under the eyes. Just using a little bit of my Flower Nose powder with my Ultra Soft Powder Sponge. Or powder puff, really. I'll have everything I'm linking down below as well, guys. And then for my powder today, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush because I'm trying to use this up. This is in the shade Medium. If I just feel it quickly, it definitely still feels like a bit wet and Like, I feel like it does transfer a little bit. Let me just, it's still, yeah. Like, it's not transferring a lot on that side. Probably got less product up here, but it still is. Transfer proof, maybe if you set it, I don't know, because it said it was transfer proof, but yeah. It doesn't feel heavy, but when you touch it, it feels like it's there, if you know what I mean. And obviously I've applied a lot because I wanted to see what we could get out of it. I think obviously if you apply less, you're going to not have as much transfer and as much stickiness. Like, hello. Dangerous. I just left it on my bench top like this and almost just pushed it over. So far the consensus for me is that I think it looks beautiful. My skin looks pretty perfect. It looks slightly heavy, not really cakey, just like it looks like makeup. I'm not surprised. I put a lot on, and like I said, that's kind of the look I'm going for today. No setting spray today either because we're doing a first impression, which is sad. I think with setting spray it would literally pop off and look so good, but yeah, we'll try that another time. I'm gonna put a little bit of the foundation over my chest too, just to like match everything together even better, because I feel like, especially now that I've set it with powder, it's a little bit too dark. Here's a quick close-up first of it powdered. So this is the primed side powdered, unprimed side powdered. They both look very similar. It was more the feeling and the application that I noticed a difference rather than like the visual. It's a little bit late today, it's 10:30. So we're gonna wear this all day as well. I'll come back and show you how it's all looking once the rest of my makeup is on, and then we'll go from there. We'll keep checking in throughout the day and we'll just see how it lasts, because I mean, they say 36 hours. I'm not doing that because I will break out. There's one thing I've learned. It's that I get the most pimples when A, I sleep in my makeup, or B, I do not remove my sunscreen properly at the end of the day. So it kind of like links together. Same thing. Anyway, I will not be wearing this overnight, but I'll wear it till very late tonight and we'll see how we go. Guys, quickly before I go, probably one of the best foundations I've ever used on my body. Don't know how transfer proof it is on clothes, like I'll probably find out throughout the day, but I just put it, just a very, very light layer all over my chest and shoulders. This is a burn mark, so this always looks off. It still improved it though, but I've got like a pimple thing here and like a red mark. I mean, I don't expect miracles, but it made my entire chest look so much more smooth and pretty, and it blended out really nicely. I use a very thin layer, just one very thin layer, and it looks so stunning. So I think it's the same, like if you wore it on your face, it just one very thin layer and just got more of a medium coverage for every day. I think it would be so pretty. However, obviously it's double wear. We want to see if it can still give us that iconic full coverage look, and it can. I think it's similar to the original, in which, you know, when you build it up like that, it's very visible. Hello. But so are most foundations. You know, if you're wearing a full coverage foundation, you're gonna notice you're wearing a full coverage foundation. However, I have to say it feels pretty lightweight. Considering how much I've got on, pretty good. Anyways, yeah, we'll be back later. Oh my gosh, this has already been on for 2 and a bit hours. It's been quite the process today, hasn't it? Yeah. Looks great. Everything blended on top of it, perfect. I've of course added bronzer and blush and highlight, so we're looking a little bit more glowy. It's not looking cakey. It definitely looks there, like we've already discussed. Hello, I've got that much freaking makeup on right now. But look, around like here where I've got bigger pores and dry skin, I have a lot of dry skin like around here often. My nose actually looks very smooth now. It's almost like it's settled with like the natural oils and stuff. Like it looks real good on my nose all of a sudden, which is so random. Yeah, I actually feel like it's super, super smoothing. Like even down here where I've got that much dry, gross, clogged up skin at the moment, it is so, so smooth. But it'll be interesting to see if it starts to like go all chunky down there, like you know how that happens. Obviously no fading yet, it's still early in the day. Hopefully it doesn't fade at all, but often I find stuff fade down here, so we'll keep an eye on it. No creasing, no emphasis on any type of lines, like, you know, smile lines or anything like that. I feel pretty, I feel glam. I don't feel like tight, I don't feel dry, I don't feel like I've got heaps of stuff on. I feel like I've got a little bit more makeup on compared to the beginning, like with all the blush and everything on. Like I feel like, I don't know, I can tell I'm wearing makeup, but it doesn't feel heavy. It's not bothering me. It's not making me want to rip my skin off. A lot of the time when I've like got a lot of makeup on like that, I'm like, I just want to wash it off, but probably by the end of the night I'll feel that way. I'll see you guys later. I just finished a workout and I can prove to you that I was very, very sweaty, even though Look at this foundation, it's held up so good. I did like a hefty 1 hour cardio workout, 12, 3:30, and then I did like another half hour like up and down incline. Exhibit A, awesome. I don't know what the heck's happened there. My hair at the back, wet. I want to have a shower so bad, but I can't. I'm gonna have a body shower actually. I'm just gonna wash my body and then later on I'll just have to get back in and wash off my hair and face. Needless to say, I think it's very, very like sweat proof. Note, I obviously have the layer of powder, which also helps. I sweat the most like in my mustache and just in this like little dent above my chin under my lip. Like see where it goes in? It literally looks so good. I feel like it's just removed a little bit just here where I've probably like wiped it. Just a little bit. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but here it is up close. Forehead up close, hairline. I was sweating in my hairline a lot. I wiped around a lot. Honestly, you can't even tell. Like I reckon if I just said to someone, I've just done a hard out workout, if you couldn't see my armpit sweat, like you would not believe me. That has just lasted brilliantly. It's not faded or creased or sunken anywhere. It looks basically brand new. So I am so impressed just because of that. By the way, I haven't even said the time. 3:30. Is that 5 hours? Did I start at 10:30 or 11:30? I think it was 10:30. My eye's twitching. Can you see it? Well, it's a big one. Now I can't remember. Anyway, it's been 4 or 5 hours then. Brilliant. I like my foundation to look perfect for at least like 6 hours. I reckon it will. We'll come back soon. I'm impressed though. I don't always wear my makeup to the gym, by the way, but it's just a really good test to see if it like holds up, you know? And can I just say, if someone's at the gym and you see them and they've got makeup on and you are thinking to yourself, oh my God, why are they wearing, you know what, at least they're there. If it takes someone a little bit of makeup at the gym to like get themselves up and get themselves there and feel confident, who cares? I always see people like dissing people for wearing makeup to the gym, like literally, why does it even like matter to anyone else other than the person wearing it? Anyway, all right, it is 6:32 p.m. So let's say it's 7 or 8. I really should take note when I start these videos. It literally looks the same. I look very yellowy orange right now. It's just the color balance has gone all funny for some reason. So please ignore that. But the only place I can see any difference right now is around my nostrils. I feel like it's doing the melty thing around my nostrils. I think I just naturally get oilier there quicker because that's always one of the first places with my foundation first impressions that kind of changes usually. Considering I did that big workout as well, I think that is amazing. And I have to say, this photograph's so nice. I haven't been using flash photography, but just my iPhone camera. I'll pop up some pictures from earlier today. I just feel like it looks so gorgeous and smooth and flawless. Like it's like I've got a blurring filter on and I don't. I feel like it hasn't gone patchy or, you know, like, has it slightly started to fade on my cheeks? I don't know, I can keep an eye on that. I just think it looks fantastic. I kind of wish I got a slightly less yellow shade. I can't recall what like shade undertones and things they have in this range because I literally just used the foundation matcher on the Sephora website. I chucked in I think it was my NARS shade I use or maybe my Natasha Denona shade I use, and it just spat out this number and I just committed. I didn't even like check what other shades there were. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's just in real life, it's like a little bit like yellow, very yellow. And to be fair, like nothing a little bit of color correcting probably, you know, wouldn't fix, but big fan so far. I could probably go over with a little bit of my lavender, but it's got a lavender kind of tint to it. It would probably be perfect to help neutralize that. Or I've got this one. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna risk that today. And like I say, on camera, it's definitely not as extreme as it looks in this color balance. It's just, yeah, it's just slightly. I think maybe when I really look up close, it's starting to get a little bit more noticeable over the drier areas down here, the texture, but it's really not that bad still. Something to keep an eye on. I'll come back later. You know what? The only area that I'm really like dying to get my makeup off is my lashes and my eyeshadow, like where I've got that P. Louise like paint. Well, you guys don't know that yet because you haven't seen the tutorial, but I've got like a P. Louise paint on my lids just here and it's getting a little bit itchy just from like being on for so long. My foundation feels amazing. It's 10:30. I was going to try and go a little bit longer because I can't remember what time I started. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's like 12 hours though. 11 or 12 hours, right? 12 hours? I have to say, I think it looks amazing. You can definitely see it's starting to get a bit more oily just here again, just a little bit. It hasn't melted too much more. It stayed pretty matte. Like through like a pretty hot day. I had the aircon on down here because it started getting really hot and toasty. I did that workout, like I've been on the go, I've been doing lots of things. I am so impressed. All I need to do, oh, you can see though just here, that's where I've been sweating, and also I've had over-ear headphones on and it's like transferred off a bit where I've had my over-ears on. That's the only thing that's moved. So maybe it's not truly transfer proof if you like touch your face a lot. I haven't been touching my face that much. But yeah, that's literally the only thing that's changed, I reckon. I don't even think it's really faded that much other than where it's had the direct contact. There's a slight crease where I've got this little like smile dimple. You can't really see unless I zoom in probably. Like that's the only area I can really see it creasing. It doesn't look any more chunky. Down here it looks kind of the same as last update. It looks so smooth where I've got like bigger pores through here. It feels nice. It still doesn't feel heavy on my actual face skin. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel tight or anything like that. It just feels very normal. You can see where I smile, like I get all these like, can you see those slight lines? Like it's not that bad. I'd have expected it to be worse by now. Like, you know, I've been smiling all day. It's really not that bad. I'm wrapped. I was a little bit nervous at the start, but I have to say I think I do really quite like it. I think normally I'd probably use slightly less, maybe like one less layer over the cheeks. Like I'd probably just keep it to like 2 thin layers just to get that full-ish coverage, and then like, you know, you can always use a bit of concealer if you need to. So yeah, without comparing it to the old one, just judging it on its own, you know, thing, love. I reckon that just looks beautiful. The proof is in the pudding. Look at that. That's no touch-ups, no setting spray. Like you can definitely see a bit more oil on the nose too, but nothing a little bit of powder wouldn't fix, you know. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you are a die-hard Estee Lauder Double Wear fan, maybe look up some other reviews as well, you know, of other people comparing them side by side and things like that, because I don't want you to buy it and then be disappointed because it's nothing like the other one. Because like I said, I can't compare them when I don't have that one with me, and it's been a while since I used that formula. But I mean, if you trust my reviews and you have like similar good experiences with foundations I have good experiences with, if you like similar foundations to me, I think you'll like this one if you want something a little bit more like of a matte finish and good oil control, good sweat control. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you want me to do this again with the Armani foundation, and I can. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. I haven't even showered yet today. Disgusting, right? Like that's what I'm gonna go do now. Bye.